Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well as always. So in this video today, I wanted to actually, answer a question that I get asked a lot. And this actually happens on strategy calls. So I have self-publishing strategy calls every single day. And I get this question a hell of a lot, right? So I decided I'm just going to create a video and address this question. So what is this question, Dan? Well, essentially, it's a funny little question. I get asked this a lot, and I don't really know why, but I'm going to address it today. The question is, why should I listen to you? Like, why are you making a course? Like, what is it that you have to gain? Why should I listen to you, Dan? And I guess apart from the obvious that I've been working with Kindle Direct Publishing for 10 years and I make consistently over 10 grand every single month in true, real passive income. Like, I'm talking about income that's take home in my pocket, no ads, no, organic marketing, no building groups and all of that stuff. It's not necessary with what we do. So aside from that fact that I actually do what I teach and I do it really well, and I've done it for a very long time, and I make a lot of money doing it. So aside from that fact, I guess the other reason why you would listen to me and my advice is I have a lot of life experience, right? I'm nearly 40 years old, guys. Now, I know I look a lot younger. Well, I hope I do. But I'm nearly 40 years old, and I've been in business for almost 25 years, like real legitimate business. I started in business very, very young, and I've seen a lot in my time. I've hung out with multi-millionaires, 100 millionaires, guys that own aeroplane companies. I've flown with them over Western Australia. Like, I'm in Australia and there's a place called Broome in Western Australia. I've hung out with dudes that own charter companies and flown with them. I've hung out with the CEO of Globe International. If you don't know what company that is, look it up. It's huge all over the world. His name's Mike Sonand, and learned a hell of a lot from him. And I've also seen the other side of life, right? I've also been down in the dumps, and I've hung out with other homeless people on the street. So I have a very wide range of, experience from all walks of life. And I've been able to see what it takes to go from the absolute rock bottom, and not only see it, but experience it and go through it myself, to get to the top, right? And I'm nowhere near the top, right? There's entrepreneurs out there that just blow me out of the water. But I'm on the top of my mountain, and that's all that matters, right? And that's another reason you guys should listen to me. Because at the end of the day, we're not competing against each other. We're not competing against that Instagram model or that influencer or that, that KDP guy that kills it on YouTube. We're not competing against them. We're competing against ourselves and ourselves only. It's up to us to wake up every morning and hold ourselves accountable for the actions that we take during that day to improve our lives tomorrow. And if we don't do that, or if we lack in this ability to wake up and stop dragging our knuckles and drag ourselves into action, then we have no one to blame but ourselves for the reason that we aren't where we want to be tomorrow. Do you understand this? I hope so, because that's a very important lesson that I've learned over the years, guys. Hanging out with top level entrepreneurs, much bigger than most of the entrepreneurs that you see on the internet, right? These guys that I was lucky enough to fall in with and have mentored me through some of my younger years are mega entrepreneurs, mega, right? And not like Grant Cardone, mega. Like, Grant Cardone's not a billionaire, but big entrepreneurs that you will never hear of because they have no desire to get onto the internet and do this sort of stuff, all right? And I don't blame them. They're just making squillions of dollars, right? And they just want to keep their personal lives personal. For me, it's a little bit different. I decided to come online and do this. I'm no mega entrepreneur, but I am quite successful in what I do. A lot more successful than most people with publishing. And I do have aspirations to do a lot better than what I'm doing now. I think every entrepreneur should have that. If you don't have that inside of you, that will to continue to grow even when you feel like you could retire at this stage. There's been a few times in my life where I've been making enough consistent passive income to just say I could retire and put my feet up on that beach and just look at that white sandy beach. But it's not in me, right? I have two things inside of me. One thing is I have this yearning for consistent knowledge, right? And the only way to truly learn is teach. It's true. I know I know people always say people who can't do teach. That's not true. Not in this day and age. Maybe in the days where like everyone was going to university, your university teacher probably couldn't do or become good enough in the field that they're teaching in to really make an impact in their field. But it's different online. People who can do teach here, right? Because if I couldn't do, I wouldn't be able to prove to you that I should be able to be the man that teaches you, right? And I have proof coming out my ears that I am very successful with Kindle Direct Publishing. I've been doing it for 10 years. I got nothing but proof, right? So, excuse me, guys. I guess at the end of the day, getting back to the question, why should you listen to me? Well, it's just like, why should you listen to anybody, right? If you feel like there is some sort of, I don't like using the word connection, but there's something there that if you feel like there's a way that you and I could work together to achieve what your goals are, because that's my number two, guys. I actually never went into that. I apologize. My number two reason why I put my whole life out here on the internet, why I talk about my children, why I make these videos. You guys know everything about me. I have no privacy. And one of the biggest reasons why I decided to do this, I resisted it for a very long time. Putting ourselves out there to be judged by others who don't even truly know us. This is not a nice place to be, what we do. But there are so many good, damn good people in this group, on this page, on my profile, that just need a bloody break. And that's what it is at the end of the day. Sorry about my dog, guys. They just need a bloody break. They need someone to help them. And I want to be that man to do that. I truly feel like one of my biggest callings in life is to be able to help people. And I know that's a cliche, and so many people say that and don't truly mean it. But in the instance, the reason why I'm doing this is because I really mean that. I really get a kick out of helping people. I only just recently discovered this side of myself when I first started teaching this thing, before I took it online, and I was just teaching people in my life when COVID hit, just to help them out. And the transformation that I seen in these people, in their lives, the difference it made, actually flipped a switch in me. It really did. I truly wanted to keep what I do extremely private. I never even taught my best friends until COVID hit. They knew I was up to something. They knew I was making good money on the internet, but they didn't know how, right? I had friends actually beg me, but these guys had jobs and they were doing just fine. So I wasn't about to teach anyone this. A switch really flipped inside of me when I taught my mate, the first person who I ever taught this to in the entire world, how to make money with Kindle Direct Publishing. And just seeing the change in this man, in his family, the difference it made to his children, it really changed something in me. And it made me realize that I have something that not only can I take this to the world, but I should, especially in this hard time. So guys, I'm not going to tell you why you should listen to me. You can see what I'm about. And if you believe that I am somebody worth listening to, then awesome. I really want to be able to give you guys value. And on the flip side of this, if you look at me and you believe that I'm someone not worth listening to, then also awesome. That's cool. I am not for everybody. This system is not for everybody. Amazon is not for everybody. Publishing books is not for everybody. And god damn it, business is definitely not for everybody, right? No matter what the gurus tell you out there, anyone can do this, no, it's not true. Not anybody can do this. This is one of the biggest reasons why I jump on calls with potential students before they come into our program, is because not everybody is built and cut out for business, right? And I hate the fact that it's framed in that way today. It's just not true, right? I come across people all the time that are extremely intellectual but would be absolutely hopeless at business. They never follow through. And I've come across people on the other side of things who are just not intellectual enough for business. It's sort of like the people that I have seen over the years that succeed most in business, right? And I'm not talking like CEO positions like Mike Sonand and all of that in Globe International. That's different. That's sort of corporate in a sense, right? But the people that I see succeed at business, that they've created themselves at business, they're sort of a mix. They're in the middle of having intellectual capacity and artistic capacity. And they meet somewhere in here, in the middle. And they're able to look at something and just grasp the massive perspective. Not all the little intricacies, they come, right? They come with practice and testing and all of that stuff. But the big picture, being able to just see, to stand back and artistically look at a business and understand what cogs need to go where for this thing to work. That's the artistic side of business. But then you also need to have that level of intellectual capacity to understand how to connect the cogs, right? So not everybody's cut out for business. And again, guys, that's one of the biggest reasons I do these calls, right? These self-publishing discovery calls before I invite anybody to work with us inside of our program, because I need to discover where you sit on this spectrum. And if you don't sit on the spectrum and I don't believe you're cut out for business, I literally seriously will not work with you. I'm not here these are not sales calls. I'm not here just to make sales and take money from anybody and everybody. It's such a common misconception in the course sales space on the internet. Every single entrepreneur worth a grain of salt that I know who is in the course creation or coaching space do not work with just anybody, right? Every single one. Now, you get your real low-level people out there that will take money from everybody, and a lot of them just disappear after that. They offer no support. They don't even care about you. They're just there to money grab, right, at the end of the day. And you will know the difference, because if somebody turns you down to work on their program, you know they're the real deal, right? Because although we want to make money, this is a business. We are business people, right, at the end of the day. If we believe we can't help you, we won't help you. If we believe there's even a slight chance that I can help you, absolutely, I 100% will. So I don't turn down a lot of people, but I have definitely come across people on these calls where I've just gone, look, I truly don't think that this partnership between us is going to work out. I just don't think it's going to be for you, right? And this is a very hard, delicate thing to handle, because you don't want to say to somebody, I just don't think you have the intellectual capacity and the artistic capacity to really pull this off. You don't want to really say that to somebody. That's hurting their feelings. But at the same time, maybe we owe it to them to say that. I don't know. But I don't know everything. That's the thing, guys, at the end of the day. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic. I just wanted to come on here and say, look, guys, why should you listen to me? Well, you shouldn't. You should make that choice yourself. Watch my videos. Try to understand what I'm about. If you believe that I'm the real deal and you think that you could learn something from me, if you believe you can learn something from me, then you should listen. If you don't believe that there's anything you can learn from me, and trust me, I've had people say that. I've had people look at my resources, my videos, and say, nothing new, Dan, I knew all this. Like, I don't think that there's anything I can learn from you. And that's cool. That's cool. If you're at that point, there's people above me all the time. But I guess it comes down to that monetary value, right? If I'm making more money than you, doing the same thing as what you're doing, then probably I'm worth listening to at the end of the day. I don't know. Your choice, guys. All right, that's it for me today. Really just wanted to cover that question so I can point people to this video when they ask it to me. All right, guys, you all have a great day. And if you want to get help inside of your business and you want to jump on one of these self-publishing discovery calls, let's do that. It's not a sales call. Like I said, guys, let's do that. Comment below and I'll reach out to you. All right, talk to you all soon.